Welcome back to the cave. You are the cave people.
Cave people.
And we believe that the family that games together
stays together.
Okay, we have something very special for you today. When you're talking, please try to look in the camera. We are going to go through our top 20 board games of all time. This is going to be really interesting because what we have happening here is Mena is a casual gamer. Lewis is kind of like a medium to core gamer, and then I'm a core gamer. So you're going to get perspective from all three, literally like all three types of gamers that you could have. And so we don't know what's on each other's lists. We built a slideshow here that we all contributed to. But again,
so we didn't look at the other
ones. Without looking at everyone else's slides.
Well, she kind of knows mine because she was judging the pictures I put on. But
okay, that's fine. But anyway, that's what we're going to do. We're going to go through and one by one, we're going to hit our top 20. We're going to say a little bit about them. And hopefully, you get something out of this. So this is our top 20 games of all time. Now, I don't know how you guys did this. I did like basically the games that I think are some of the best games, but also like my favorite to play.
I just did the favorite to play.
Okay.
My favorite to play, not necessarily what they're ranked on the list in Board Game Geek. I just went with the games that I love to play the most.
I picked, so I've only played like 21 games in my life, so
you've played more than
I just picked 20 of them and then just put them on a list.
Okay, good stuff. So without further ado, let's get to number 20, and the order I believe is going to be Mena, then Lewis's game, then my game.
And you can skip ahead if you don't want to listen to the casual gamer. If you don't want to listen to the core gamer, you can skip through. But
yeah,
watch the whole video, please.
Try to watch the video. Also, watch our previous content that we've done, and give us a like and subscribe because it doesn't hurt you. Okay, so number 20, Mena's number 20 is
Artisans of Splendid Vale.
Artisans of Splendid Vale. Okay, so
I don't know.
A little bit of spellings there. That's okay. Go ahead. Tell us what you like about this game.
Well, it's not necessarily. I don't like it that much, but it's a good game. It's fun. I like being the small, and my favorite color is teal, so I like being the teal character.
Okay, make sure you speak louder. Okay, I think this is a good pick. I like this game. Story-driven adventure game. We play it as our family, so it's kind of, we have all four characters being represented at once. We've played this quite a bit, several hours of gameplay, and we're nearing the end of our first campaign. So good pick, Mena. Artisans of Splendid Vale is number 20. Lewis's number 20 is
General Orders.
Ooh, okay.
Now this might be like, controversial, but I do like playing General Orders. It is like a small game, so you can fit it really almost anywhere on any game table because it's really small. I do like adding the airplanes because they fly around and shoot things. I like the game.
Yeah, I think
it barely snuck in on the top 20. I had like 4 games for number 20, and I chose that one.
I like this pick. This is a good pick. Osprey did a good job with this one. It's a tiny 2-player game.
And the art on the front cover is really cool.
On BGA forums, someone was actually putting on there about this game like that it had the worst cover art ever. And I couldn't disagree more, actually. I really like the cover art. I think it's neat.
Yeah.
So,
pick. The only hate I have about this game is that it says General Orders World War II on it. And when you're playing the game, you don't think of World War II at all.
Yeah. So the theme's lost.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, my top 20 pick, my number 20 pick is a Euro style game that involves diplomacy and some clever voting. And I've played this several times. I'm a game guru on Board Game Arena for this game, and it's by Eagle Griffin Games from 2022, and that is Federation. So Euro style game. I don't believe either of the kids have played this game.
No.
It's a game that I would like to get more to the cardboard table, but I play online quite a bit.
What's a cardboard?
On BGA, like on the tabletop here. I love this game. I think this game is great. It wasn't like my top game of 2022 for some reason when it first came out, But that's because and I just don't think I played it enough. And now that I play it quite a bit, yeah, I think it's up there. It's really neat. There's, you have you're kind of sort of building a little bit of an engine, but also you have this like clever thing where you're voting every round on an order, like basically which one you want to pass, what color planet you want to serve for that round. And based on the number of influence that you have built up, you would score points if that one wins. So it's a really neat game. If you haven't checked it out yet, check it out. Eagle Griffin Games, and that's Federation. All right, number 19 for Mena is
Stratego.
a classic. Wow. Classic red versus blue right here. Okay, tell us what you like about
Red
Stratego.
versus blue.
I like hiding the flag, and then you get to kill people, and it's like the higher numbers kill the lower numbers. It's just fun, and I win a lot.
You
So
win just 'cause
good
you're
at it.
strategy games, yeah.
So yeah, it's fun, and the cover art is amazing.
Your pictures are a little blurry, but that's okay. Stratego, nice, good pick. I like this. This is a classic game. Been around a long time. A lot of different versions of this game.
We have like the old version.
Well, we have a Spanish version.
We had it in like
Yeah, we do.
2016.
Yeah.
Just you got it when you were in.
All right, Lewis's number 19 is
Lost Ruins
wow.
of Arendelle.
Okay.
How was that picture?
This was
so
another
non-
game that barely snuck in. We still have yet to play the campaign, but I'm really excited to play the campaign because that came out earlier this
Last
year?
year.
Last
Gen
year.
Con last year.
And it's just fun how you're like exploring a temple and moving through the temple. You're moving through
It sounds fun.
Oh,
the
it's fun.
forest things, like as you could see
Sounds
on
like
the picture. It is a 2020 game, so it came out a little bit ago. I got it for my birthday
Mhm.
in 2021, I think. But still, really fun game. Really snuck in. I really want to play the campaign, which is the missing expedition. So
I want to play
don't
that
really know what
game
that means, but
again.
I'm excited to play the campaign, and it's a really fun game.
Yeah, this is a great pick. Lost Ruins of Arnak has been in the top 50 of Board Game Geek for quite some time. I think this is a great game. I love Lost Ruins of Arnak. It's like Indiana Jones, the board game.
That's
And the theme is
what it-
always there. You can
Yeah.
feel it. Like, and that's what I love about this
That's
game.
why
It's
I
very
put it-
puzzly too.
that's why I put it in the top 20, because the theme is so good in the game.
So worker placement where you only get 2 workers and you have to make the most out of every action every round. It's great. It's wonderful pick. Good job, Lewis.
Art is cool.
So Lost Ruins of Arnak.
Art is really good.
I like the art.
All right. Number 19 for me is a game that I would consider to already be pretty much like a classic. I know that a lot of people are going to say that this game might be a little bit overrated or overhyped or whatever because the theme doesn't apply to everyone. But
Really?
for me, while it was out, when it first came out, it was the best game by this publisher, in my opinion, and that's Stonemaier Games Wingspan. This game is amazing. Classic engine building, Euro style game. It's got a questionable theme because, again, birds don't apply to everyone. But now there's a new version of this game called Wormspan, and supposedly, they've taken the game and improved upon it and all that stuff.
There's a bunch of expansions.
I've only played Wormspan once, so I can't really judge that fairly, but I have played Wingspan. I don't even know how many times. Again, another one that hits our family table quite a bit. My wife likes this game and she's a non-gamer, so
You play with everybody in the family.
Yeah.
Always.
it's a comfortable game for intro gamers. It's a comfortable game for veteran gamers. And I guess that's why I like it so much, is because it can apply to the wide spectrum of gaming type people, and everyone can always enjoy this game. It's it's not one that you're in your competitive play groups, you'll play to win. But if you're playing with like a family or casual gaming group, you're not really caring. You're more or less just saying like, oh, what birds can I do? Or how many eggs can we hatch? Or, you know what I mean? Can I get this objective done? Yeah, go ahead.
And we have all the expansions for this game, so there's so many bird cards. You see one really good bird card, and then you play it 10 more times. and you don't see it for those 10 times, then it shows up again.
That's true. There are thousands of cards now. There's thousands of different types of birds now at this point. So
That
we
was
tend to put them all in one big stack and just say go. I think that's the best way to play for
Yeah.
me, just because it makes it the most fun.
like my first real board game that I'd ever played.
What
It was
is
like,
what is a
How
little
do you
bit
feel about Wingspan? You like it?
yeah, it didn't make it on my top 20 though.
Well, that's okay.
well what the art is not amazing, but
I like the art and the theme of this game, but
It's-
that's me.
I like to
it's
see
birds. You can't really do much art with birds.
I like birds. Okay, so Mina's number 18.
trucking.
Ooh, which one? National Parks?
National Park.
Okay, good pick here. Tell us.
Yeah. I like it. It's cool how you get to like travel around the world and stuff, or not the world, like travel around to nations, like national parks and stuff. It's really cool, and then you get to play your tokens, and the art's really cool too.
Yeah, I think this is a good game. I like this.
Mhm.
Trekking is, they've come up with a bunch of different trekking games now at this point. National Parks is the one that we have played the most because we own it the longest. So yeah. Yeah, I think it's a good pick. Lewis, anything to say about trekking?
Not really. What she said.
Okay. That it? All right, good. Number 18 for Lewis is
Cascadia.
Oh, pictures.
Flat Out 2021 Cascadia. Okay.
You
Nice
can't really
pictures.
see
I like
the
pictures.
the fun at the end.
I like Cascadia.
So,
I completely forgot about it.
Cascadia is a token placement game,
Tile placement.
tile placement game.
Yeah.
There's also tokens. But you're basically trying to get as many tokens as like one type of animal as you can onto different terrains in the world. There's different cards you can do. So there's what, salmon, bear, fox, elk, and hawk.
Yeah.
So you're basically the hawk or the bird is the hardest in my opinion because you have to spread them all out. The bear, close together. The elk is close together. The salmon in a line, and
Well, it depends on
it depends on the card.
the type of, yeah, the scoring card. So there are different versions of each scoring card in this game. So depending on what you draw,
Mhm.
that's the objective you're trying to do for that particular animal.
There is in the base game. There's also like a campaign thing where you have different like challenges and like scoring cards that are already preset in the game. The new expansion came out. What is it called?
Oh, the landmarks
Landmarks.
expansion. Yeah.
Yet to play the Landmarks expansion, but he says it's really good.
Oh, it's good.
So
I like the landmarks expansion.
I am excited to play that expansion with
I got something to say. This would have made my top 20 if I remembered that I had played it.
Okay. I think this is good for all types of gamers. Again, casual all the way to core gamers. This is a great game, Cascadia.
Love it.
Very under the radar. Okay. Anything else?
no.
All right. My number 18 game is the oldest game on my list. I am super excited because this game just got a reboot recently on Kickstarter. I can't wait for this to come out or to be released. It was an auto kickstart the moment I knew it was coming out. And it's Dungeon Twister by, well, now Ludically Games, Pro Ludo. 2004 game. This game is amazing. So when it first came out, it was a 2-player game, action management game where you have different types of characters that are inside the dungeon, different types of characters start outside the dungeon, and your objective is basically just to score 5 victory points and win the game or whatever it was. However you played it. Since the first original game came out, there have been several expansions. There was an undead one, there was a dragon one, there was paladins, and anyway, the cast of characters has gotten huge. The type of maps have gotten huge. And this is also another one where the map was modular, like move around depending on what's going on. You could spin the tiles. So the level of strategy in this game is incredible. I can't wait to see what they do with the reboot.
Seriously,
again,
2004.
Seriously, 2004. This is one of the first games that I played when getting into the hobby, like when I was, ending my Magic career. And
Magic.
Magic the Gathering. And this game is awesome. I love Dungeon Twister. I know it's not going to appear on everybody's top 20 list. That's okay, but it appears on mine. So
It's really cool.
I have only played it once. I did really like it. But again, I can't put it in my top 20 because I've only played it once. So
all right, let's go to
I've never
17.
played it, and I don't think I would like it.
Mena's number 17.
Canvas.
Ooh,
I
should've
think
seen
this is
coming.
also my oldest one on the list. I love it. It's like so fun. You technically put a bunch of like different little pictures together to make one giant canvas. It's really cool. It's really fun. I played this with him, and it's really cool art because it shows like a bunch of pictures put together. Yeah, I love it.
yeah, it's cool how like there's you have a card and like you have a background, then you have different like things on the card, and the rest of the card is clear, so you can stack multiple cards into one sleeve and make your
Yeah.
own painting.
Yeah, this is one of those first games where you inserted cards on top of each other into a sleeve. And the more that you insert, the brighter or better the picture becomes, the more things it involves. And you're trying to earn points based on the number of elements that you have in that picture. So really neat game, Canvases. Just got an expansion that launched last year on Kickstarter. That's also good. Go ahead.
I spent like one day. I just got it out and spent 2 hours making like random pictures. I wasn't even like playing the game. I was just like putting them together and making pictures because it's like so fun.
So there's how you know that it applies to also the casual gaming side, right? Is that Mina's just getting it out to look at the artwork and create pictures, which is neat. So cool game, good pick. All right, 17 is Canvas for Mina. Lewis 17.
Mythic Mischief.
Wow.
Mythic Mischief.
Hey, oh, okay. So something that hasn't happened yet is we haven't had the same games yet. I'm wondering if later on we're gonna have some games.
No,
Okay.
you've had some games that you
Well-
put in your top 20 that
Well, we don't want to say that yet, but I'm just
Okay.
wondering if it was gonna happen. So Mythic Mischief by Ivy Studio. Go ahead.
came out in 2022. Really good team game. First time I played it, I didn't like it because I played a character that I didn't like.
Cute.
You mean a race of characters, right? Like trolls,
Yeah,
ghosts,
trolls.
wizards. Yeah, okay.
I played the trolls, and all they really did was throw walls at people.
Okay.
They're probably the easiest characters to play.
I didn't really like it. And then the second time I played it with,
You played with goblins, I think.
no, I played with ghosts. second
Ghosts,
time.
yeah, you did.
And the ghosts are fast, and the ghosts are fun. It's a really fun family game. It's not really a competitive game. You could make
Ooh,
it
it's
competitive.
competitive.
Like, not like, you know that.
Yeah.
But
It's pretty heavy.
it's a family game. It's a competitive game.
I love it.
Really good.
This is a great game. I like this. This is a good pick. Ivy Studio has come out with a couple things. Fractured Sky, Moonrakers. This is Mythic Mischief, and I think this is a good pick. This game is brilliant. It's layered in strategy. I think the best way to play it is 2-on-2. If you play 2v2, where you have two people on each team playing against each other, makes for really interesting combinations of moves. So nice little game there, Mythic Mischief. Check it out if you haven't seen it. Number 17 on my list is a game that I've played more than any other game on my list, and that is thanks to Board Game Arena. I have played hundreds upon hundreds of games of
I know what it is.
Space Base.
Yeah.
Yeah, by Alderac Entertainment Group. This AEG is what they're known as. Space Base is it's actually very similar to Canvas. So it's funny that you had this game at 17, where your tableau of cards is going to improve over the game the more cards that you buy of that number. So this is a dice rolling game where you roll the dice, and then everyone around the table can get to pick to activate different ships that correlate to the dice numbers or the dice total. So and then as you do this, you're trying to build up victory points. 40 victory points triggers the game end, and then at the end of that round, whoever has the most victory points will win the game. It's very simple, and it's very quick. Now, on cardboard, this game is a lot slower and much more difficult to play. Thanks to Board Game Arena, Space Base has shot into my top 20 because we can play so many games so quickly. Again, I've been playing this game for a while, since I've had a BGA account, really, and played hundreds of times, and I really, really, really enjoy it. I play on Arena all the time, and Yeah, it's great. I think this is just a fun game that's quick and casual. Nothing too heavy here. If you get into probability and all that sort of thing, which I'm very much into, because I'm a math guy, then this is your type of game. So Space Base is number 17.
I've never played it, but I do have to ask a question.
Go ahead.
Is it like the one game that Reynolds has with, like, you're in space and you're trying to you're trying to face the guys out?
No, it's not Space Hotels.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it's not. It's not Space Station Phoenix. No.
It doesn't sound like it has much theme.
No, not really. It's kind of pretty much just a dice game and point earning game. All right, so we're gonna go to 16. Mena, you're 16. Ooh, nice. Restoration Games lands on the list.
We have it here. Isn't it in the camper?
It's at the camper, yeah.
Wait, no. Oh. Anyways, it's a really good racing game. It's just like Heat, which is why I like both of them, but I like Heat a little bit more. Anyways, so Downforce, it's a very old game, and we played it once with our cousins. It got very competitive. Like, really competitive.
It can get competitive.
Yes, it can get competitive, but I like it a lot, and I like being
Any racing game can get competitive.
So
really
this is
fast.
like the one of the OG racing games that kind of like paved the way for a game like Heat, I feel. And so Downforce, deserves a spot up there. It's a really good engine, really good game, where you're just playing out speed cards. And then the unique thing about it is when you play your speed card, most other cars are also moving spaces on that same card play. So it does. It gets competitive and racy, and it's a pretty cool game, man. Good pick. All right, 16 for Lewis is
Scars.
nice.
Never
That's a
played
2024 Roxy.
24 game. Which,
Ooh.
I looked on Board Game Geek and for a lot of 2024 games, and they don't really have them high up on the list because they just came out. But this, I've only played it twice, and it's already number 16 on my list. I really love it. The Kickstarter version is crazy.
Well, the deluxe version.
The deluxe version is crazy.
Didn't we
So you
do
can
a
see
video on
the
that?
picture there. That's the
deluxe version.
That's the
It's a little
deluxe version.
It's a little blurry, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's a tile
bidding
placement.
game.
Bidding game.
Yeah.
Where
It's
you're
auction.
trying to place out pieces, get spaces, and if you place out a high piece and everyone else at the table passes, you get that piece and everyone else take their buildings back.
Yep, you get that
So
neighborhood.
then you do it again. It's a very quick game. Doesn't take very long.
And it's light too. I like that
Mhm.
it's snappy and quick and light. Yeah.
Mhm.
It just reminded me of what's it called? Long Shot. I forgot about
Ooh,
Long Shot.
you didn't put a long shot?
Forget about Long
See, this is
Shot.
why you got to think about these things. I told you to take time and think about your list.
Did.
It's okay. All right. It'll be in your honorable mention pile. Anyway, go ahead, Liz.
And that was it. It's a Roxley 2024 game, and we did a review on it, so go check that out. And
This may or may not be the only Roxley game on the list. Hint, hint. We'll see.
Roxley makes some really good
Roxley
stuff.
makes good
So
games.
this would not be surprising if this wasn't the last Roxy game on the list.
Okay. All right. Number 16 for me. This is going to be the hottest take on my list. This is the most controversial game that's on my list, and that's because of what isn't going to be on my list. So as soon as I name this game, you know which game's not going to appear on my list. And for me, number 16 is Expeditions by Stonemaier Games. I know it's second Stonemaier game already on my list, but this is in my opinion, Scythe killer. And this is the game that Scythe should have been. Look, Scythe has like a huge following, and I think it's because when it came out, there wasn't much like it. At this point in the game, though, Expeditions, in my opinion, is just far and away a better experience than Scythe. I can't stand Scythe. I don't play it anymore. I don't want to play it anymore. I want to play this game. I want to play more of this game all the time. And it just got a new expansion, which is also brilliant. The corruption, adding Gears of Corruption or whatever, adding a corrupted mech and some other things to the game. I love this game. Expeditions by Stonemaier Games. Brilliant strategy game. That's what I would say.
Isn't that the one
The
with the
cover art is also really cool. The
Great
theme
cover art.
Isn't that
Great
the-
theme.
like-
theme
jacket?
is present throughout the entire game.
This game is it's just so good, so fun.
Never
And
played.
again, you can play it in almost every level. I've taught this game to some people who, have never even played board games before. And they were like, wow, this is what a board game that's not Monopoly looks like. Yeah, this is kind of what it looks like. So Expeditions number 16. All right, 15 for Mena.
Heat.
Wow, you went back to back racing. All right,
Yes.
cool.
I mean,
Only.
I mean,
okay.
you like Heat, but
Days of Wonder.
I don't like it as much as you. I don't know if these two, Downforce and Heat, were like both of them, which were like, which one should I put first? And so they're both kind of even. So it doesn't mean that I like Heat more than Downforce, but it's just like I didn't know which one to put first. So it's exactly like Downforce, but it's like it doesn't have as many obstacles and stuff.
There is a little bit of difference. Downforce has betting, and Heat doesn't.
Yeah, there is no betting mechanic. That's true.
Sadly.
Yeah,
Which is why I
Downforce is
don't
pretty much a betting game.
That's
It's a betting game like
all it
Punch,
is.
yeah.
Yeah.
You win by betting. You don't necessarily, if you win the race, you don't win the game in Downforce.
Yeah, and Heat generally you want to win the race.
Yeah.
So, all right, good pick, Mena. Heat, super popular game right now.
All right, my 15
Lewis, 15.
is Thunder Road.
Ooh, snuck it in there. Another restoration.
So restoration game. Well, the only reason why this is in there is because it's so fun.
Hey, dude.
It's
a great reason to play.
incredibly
To
fun.
have fun.
They are coming out. We are waiting.
We have a massive expansion coming.
Yeah, we are waiting for the expansions to play it again. There's motorcycles, whatever the heck is coming.
The Thunderdome.
Yeah.
There's all kinds of crazy crap with this game going on.
And the art is really cool. The theme is present throughout the whole game.
Oh yeah, this is just mash them up. Whatever, Spy Hunter, the video game, or whatever you want to say. Mad Max, the board game. You call it whatever you want to call it. It's just chaos.
Your cars can explode. You can win a race. You can crash into other people. You can have a helicopter take you away or something. It's chaos. It's fun. It's amazing.
It's important to note that this game appeared in a lot of people's 2023 top 10 lists. So this is a legit pick. Good pick at 15 overall. All right, number 15 overall for me is a game that is launched on Kickstarter, took a whole long time, almost became vaporware for a while, and then things started to arrive again. And every time I've played this game, I've had a great time with my friends, and that's Kingdom Death Monster. So it was a 2015 release originally. Things are starting to arrive still 9 years later. We just got the Gambler's Chest, last year that came out, added a whole nother layer to this game. I've played through 5 different campaigns. This game plays amazing with max players. This isn't something that I would want to play on my own. Tons of bookkeeping, tons of clerical stuff to go with the game here, but it's pretty much just a monster hunting game and village management. But it's a lot of fun. It is adult themed, so please be careful. This is not something that you should. Well, I'm not going to tell people what they should do, shouldn't do with their children. My children are not able to play this game yet because they're just simply not old enough. The artwork is graphic, the theme is graphic. It's but for a group of core gamers, adults, this could be for you. And if the theme doesn't fit you, because it can be explicit, then you can play the game just for what it is, and it's a pretty good system. Super punishing, super hard. Not for everybody, but it is for me. And so KDM is number 15.
I've seen you play this game before, and a giant rat came out.
Nope, that's a different game.
Darn it.
I have seen the box.
That was Osworn. Right, that's about it. So there's KDM number 15. All right, 14 for Mena.
Ooh,
wow, super
pick.
duper pick.
I don't
That's a
know.
great pick. What?
I wasn't sure if this one didn't make the top 20, but it did. And I like the new expansion too, Pandemic Legacy.
Oh, well, that's
It's not an
new.
expansion.
It's not like
Yes.
new, but like
It's a whole different game. But yes, Pandemic Legacy is also good. You could have put that as a separate game on here if you wanted to. I guess you're putting the pandemic system. Okay,
Yeah.
got it.
But Pandemic's a good game. I haven't played it in like forever, but it's fun, and I like picking the characters because one person can like heal people, and one person can like move faster than other people, and then it's fun to like hear
One
the
person can fly people around.
Yeah. It's a good game. Pandemic is great. You have anything? No.
Nope.
Okay. All right. So number 14 for Mena is Pandemic, the system Pandemic. Lewis's 14 is
Spirit Island.
wow, super heavy. Okay. Here
So
we
it's
go.
a super heavy strategy game. It's all strategy. That's the
Cooperative, too.
cooperative strategy game. That is the entire game. So basically, what you're trying to do is, tell me if I'm wrong,
Save the island
save the island.
from invaders.
Yep, that's basically what I was gonna say. It's a cooperative game. It's super heavy. It takes a while because every turn there's something to think about.
Yeah. Super thinky. It's a crunchy game. Yeah.
But it was on Board Game Geek's top 10, I think.
Hmm.
So
Yeah, probably. You're probably right. Right now, I think it's 7 maybe or something like that.
and it's on
Great game.
this too.
This is a good game. Spirit Island. It's a good pick. Greater Than Games 2017. All right, my number 14 is I'm going to go with a battle system here. It's a system of games. And I think that, again, Restoration's done a great job. And this is Unmatched. If you've watched our channel, you know we play a whole lot of Unmatched. I have probably played thousands of games of Unmatched at this point in
I've
time.
only played like 100.
So the best part about this is like when it first started out with Battle of Legends Volume 1 and the 4 characters, I was like, wow, this is a really good battle system. I wonder how far they're going to take this. And now
It's gotten like thousands.
it's gotten huge, and the IP just keeps going and going, and they keep getting new IPs. I mean, most recently they just announced The Witcher and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, which that's fantastic. So you have a cast of characters ranging from Marvel all the way down to Sinbad and Medusa, like, you know, old stuff. So this game's fantastic. I think it's before Tales to Amaze, I would have said it's best at 2 players, like just 1v1 experience. But now there's cooperative Unmatched, and it just keeps going. So brilliant system by Restoration. They've really capitalized here on a game system that was dead in the water and restored it to its former glory and even better. So it's getting better and better with every set too.
Yeah.
That's my 14. All right.
I like
13 for Mena. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Oops.
I like this game, and also it's like they have come really far. We have 4 boxes over there full of all of the
We
Unmatched
own every
characters.
character.
Yes, we do.
That
Well,
has come
Every
out.
set
So-
that's been released.
And now you can
Oh, okay. Sorry. Number 13 is
paint the rose.
nice. I love that you picked this game. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
Okay, I still have one of my scorecards from Paint the Roses, and it's like really fun. It's up there.
This is a logical deduction game. This is
Yeah.
a tough game for
Mhm.
kids. So I'm glad you picked this. Go ahead.
But it's like all about math and trying to like figure out some stuff to put onto your board, and then you have to like find the circles and the X's. It's complicated, but it's really fun.
She's really good at it too.
Yeah, this is a cooperative logical deduction game, which again, I find to be great fun because I'm a math person. Mina's a very logical thinker, so she enjoys this game a lot too. Lewis, how do you feel about Paint the Roses?
I don't know.
We haven't played it since like
I'm not
Christmas.
really, I guess you could say, a logical thinker.
Okay.
He doesn't like logical thinking games.
But yeah,
It can be tough.
it's fun. It's a family game. It's also a very hard strategy game, and they're really good at it.
I mean,
not as
I've
good
brought
at
this
it.
with my gaming group, and we've had a great time too.
I
This
brought
is
it
a
to a
tough
bunch.
game to win.
Yeah.
You really have to
won
be
it.
thinking about what's going on with other players and what card they have in their hand, because that's really what you're trying to guess is what card they have. And if you guess the card, then you get to move around the board and stay ahead of the Red Queen who's trying to kill you and all this stuff. So Alice in Wonderland theme, they just kind of capitalized on a theme there.
It
But-
can also get really competitive.
Yeah.
They really like it. They're really good at it. I'm not the best at it, so
It's a good game, good thinking. All right, number 13 for Mina, Paint the Roses. Lewis, 13 is
11.
ooh, I'm surprised it's this low.
I
But hey,
was like-
okay, go ahead.
So 11 from Portal Games. It's a 2022 game. So we went to Capstone Games, and there's a store right by our house. And the first time I saw this game, I wanted it because I love playing soccer. I love soccer in general. And then it's a soccer game. And there's not many sports games out there that you can play. But it's a strategy game, is what it is.
It's
What
a
I-
Euro game.
Yeah, what I don't like about it is that the gaming, like where you play in the game, isn't the most of the game. And I like playing the game. I like
Mhm. Well, this is a team management game.
Mhm.
Really, is what you're doing here. You're managing a football
you're
club.
managing a
That's
yeah.
from everything from
What if-
sponsorships to player growth to
You can
ticket sales
You
to
can scout international players.
Yeah.
You gain money for fans in the stands, like actual like fans in the stands. You gain money for it. You can upgrade your stadium.
yeah. This game has just about everything and a million expansions, and we have them all.
Yeah.
I wonder if this game is better played solitaire. You can play it with up to 4, I think, but you know, the one-on-one game was fun. That version of the game is fun.
So
I don't know that I would want to play with more than 2 people, but the solo games have been really fun.
so I really do like they came out with a solo campaign,
Yeah.
which you travel around different clubs all the time. I like that more than the multiple player game.
Okay, that's fair. I mean, that's what
The multiple player game, you're just trying to beat out the other player. It's like a typical game, but I like traveling around to different clubs. You have
Yeah.
different challenges on every club, so
this
I
is a
like
great
that
game.
more.
It's really, if you are a Euro style solitaire gamer, this is something you should check out. And if you're a fan of soccer at all, which we are, both kids play elite level soccer, this is for you. Check it out. This is a great game. So good pick.
Mhm.
All
I
right,
don't like
13.
the art.
I
Oh, that's
really like the art.
All right, my number 13 on the game. This is maybe you could say this is the oldest game, but that depends because it's gotten different editions throughout the years. This is my number 1 epic style game, and it is Twilight Imperium 4th edition by Fantasy Flight. So again, with a gaming group that plays this game a lot, this game moves in about 4 hours. With people who have never played before, you're going to have to set aside a month and a half to finish a game. I'm just kidding, really. It's like a day experience.
We
But-
had a whole day because I played it for the first time.
Yeah. The one thing that I love about this game, Lewis mentioned earlier, like, hey, this game is just fun. TI is fun. You play it for the experience. Of course, there is a competitive TI scene. My brother-in-law plays this game at a highly competitive level, but I play the game for the experience and being around the people around the table who are playing it with me. Because if you're going to sit down for 4 to 6 hours to 8, 4 to 8 hours, whatever, and play a board game, you should probably be enjoying the company that's around the table. And that's really what this game is about.
That's all. That's unless
Yeah.
you played at a competitive level. That's really all the game is about.
I don't really need to say much about TI because TI is out there. And if you're watching this video, you know what this game is. So
Yeah, it's true.
it's number 13 on my list. All right. Number 12 on Mina's list.
That could be.
Like,
Like,
Woo,
Whoa,
the
wow.
reboot. Okay.
I really wanted this one to be higher, but some games are just a little bit better than this. This is a really old game, one of my favorite games on the whole entire earth. You probably haven't played it because it's like really old and it's not very like popular. But technically, like you drop balls out of a giant monstrous looking thing and it tries to hit you. You try to get to the helicopter pad and you have to like play cards and find treasure. It's really fun.
This is a good game. This is a really good beer and pretzels game that you would play for fun with people. This is, if you're playing this at a competitive level, you're doing it wrong. Because this game's meant to be fun and casual. So
Again,
I like this pick.
this game-
Another restoration game.
Again, this game is literally just for fun. That's all you play for.
And it is fun. And we have everything there is for this game. So when we play the game,
All of the
it
expensive
spans the entire table and we
Crazy.
just let it all loose. So good pick, B. I
and you
like it.
try to and you hit the tiger and stuff.
Oh, the tiger, yeah,
And
good stuff.
I'm really
We've even
good.
made our own cards. So
Yeah.
we have like the oversized tennis racket, which can deflect whatever it is that was shot at you and stuff like that. So anyway,
It's fun.
pretty neat. Okay, Lewis, number 12.
Expeditions.
Nice. Okay, so there's our
The first
first
repeat.
There's our first repeat. Yeah.
Again, the characters, as you can see on the computer, the art is really cool. This game is fun. I know the picture's blurry, but again, the theme is present throughout the whole game. The theme runs the game. Basically, what it is. Again, I have not played the expansion. Didn't even know there was an expansion. So go
Okay.
today. So yeah, it's just a really fun game. We basically explained it all earlier.
Yep.
So
Expeditions is great. Number 12 for Lewis. My number 12 game, now we're getting into some of the heavy hitters here. So my number
Yeah.
12 game here is a game that's been around for a while. This, I have a hard time keeping this out of my top 10. I even have a hard time keeping it out of my top 5. It's War of the Rings second edition. Yeah, this game.
number
I
12.
know. It just, you know what? Right now it's 12. That could change come the spring when we do this again. So this is a 2011 game by Ares. If you are a Lord of the Rings fan, I'm like a kind of medium-sized Lord of the Rings fan. I am not, an aficionado when it comes to this universe by Tolkien, but what I like about it is that you get to alter the story, and anything that alters what has already happened or what was scripted or what was canon is fun for me. And so this game is a fantastic experience with 2 players. With 3 to 4, it's kind of meh. Well, this is one that you get out on the table and just have fun and experience together. It is highly strategic, it is highly competitive, and it is heavy. But again, you're going to have a good time playing this game. And what they have done from a design standpoint is brilliant. Every game seems to come down to the wire, no matter what has happened in the game. It's always tightly contested. So I love this game. It's one of the best games I've ever played.
I have only played it once, but I had really fun playing it. I've also played the Battle of the Five Armies once.
Well, you've played that 3 times, I think.
I have
Battle of Five Armies.
played that more, but the War of the Wing. Wow,
War of the Rings.
the wolf. Can't say it. Uh, do we have the second edition?
Yes, that's the edition we have, the
Okay.
second edition.
Yeah, I really like that you have like different commanders. Like I played the I played
You played the good side.
the good
The Free
side.
Peoples.
I forget who won, but
Yeah, I don't remember who won the game
It's
that we
probably
played either.
really close.
it was
I've
really
played
close.
this game so many times, especially with Reynolds. Reynolds and I have played versus each other a whole lot. So this is a really nice game. And another thing that drives me nuts are the people who can't understand that, who can't wrap their heads around like adaptations. Like, well, wait a minute, that didn't happen in the story. Well, no, it didn't happen. That's the whole friggin' point. If what happens in the game happens in the story, what's the point of playing the game, right? So that sort of thing just drives me a little bit crazy. It's like people who can't get around like it's an adaptation of the original story. And if you can, this is for you. So War of the Ring is my number 12. All right, 11, Mena. Oh, wow, that's a little low for you, I think. Okay,
Yeah.
talk about it.
What do you mean it's a little low?
I thought it would be higher. Go ahead.
Like, excuse me, there's just better games than.
Okay, go ahead. Talk about it.
Anyways, it is really fun. And like you try to like make a bunch of different potions and it's like in a giant thing. And if you like make it all the way to the top, then your potion explodes and you add more things. There's a bunch of different like tokens that you can put in there, like the boogeyman does like
Well, it's not called the
See.
boogeyman, but
Right, no.
well, like
it's-
we call
looks
it
like
the boogeyman. We
Yeah.
call it the boogeyman. It's really fun.
This is a bag building game. Press your luck. So I'm not surprised it's on Mina's list. It's super casual, but fun.
It's luck.
that's all it is. It's luck.
That's not all it is. I mean, you do have to have
Yeah.
some strategy. You can't just like randomly throw in stuff,
I mean, you can.
right? I mean, you
But-
just you think about what you're purchasing to put in your bag.
It's like it's a table. Like it's big.
It's a table hog too. Yeah, we have the super deluxe big box
The
version.
big box version.
It's called a mega box.
So we play with the expansions, which I like, the alchemist thing and all
Mhm.
that stuff, or whatever, the witches.
The different
whatever
trophies
it's
and
called.
whatever.
Good pick.
Good pick. Yeah.
All right, 11 for Lewis is.
Rise
Yeah.
and fall.
Just
Wow, this just came out like a week ago, man.
Yes.
It's
Okay,
already
he likes it that
11.
much.
And I did not. I wanted to lower it after playing it with 4 players twice in a row.
So last night, we played this game last night live on stream.
You can watch that video. It's really long.
I actually got eliminated from the game,
He got
mostly
wiped
because I
out.
was dumb about what I did. But anyway,
But with 4 players, I don't like it.
okay, that's
When
fair.
we played it with 2 players, I really liked it, and that's why it's number 11. With 4 players, it just takes too long.
It
There's
didn't
too
really
many-
take that long.
I mean, but it's like
Under 2 hours.
The guilds, though.
It
The
was
guilds just ruined the whole thing.
Okay,
Right?
well, that's fair. You can say about the guild. Maybe we play 4 players without guilds.
We should play. Yeah, we should play that again without the guilds.
So the guilds add a layer of asymmetry to
Mhm.
your civilization, which we have found can be a little imbalanced. But again, this is a brand new game, so
Who knows? They might come out with like another like expansion that isn't like. Maybe they like come out with more guilds that
maybe.
say remove guilds or something. But for now, I think we're just gonna play without guilds because when we played it with 2 players for the first time, it was really fun. I really liked it. It's a placement game.
It's a civilization builder
Yeah, it's what it is. The reason
that has
why
basically 0 combat.
people might not like this game is because it doesn't have combat.
Yeah, 0 combat. There's a guild that does combat, but again, if you're playing without guilds, then you lose that piece. So no, this is a good game. I mean, I don't know where it's going to land in my top 100 or even if it will, but this is a good game. I've been having fun with it. I rated it an 85. So did Lewis. So yeah, good pick there. All right, my number 11 is Undaunted,
Yes.
specifically Stalingrad. This is a 2022 release from Osprey. So
Expansions.
if you're watching this again, you're probably familiar with the Undaunted battle system, which I really enjoy. I think the battle system is great. It's kind of like a deck builder, war game, kind of where you're moving pieces around the table trying to satisfy certain objectives. Here's the thing, though. The Stalingrad version sets itself apart, in my opinion, from the rest of the Undaunted games because of the campaign setting. The campaign is amazing. You go through and your decks change, characters die, it impacts the story, it drives what mission comes next, like based on who's doing better.
It's never the same.
Yeah, right. And so you have Germany versus the Soviets, and one player plays one player plays the other, and you're just kind of fighting over Stalingrad. This game is brilliant. It's amazing. I mean, I don't know. I can't say enough about this game. It nearly landed in my top 10, even though it is a 2022 game, which is relatively new. Because it's so good. I think this is the best Undaunted game out there as of right now. Now, on the 10th of September, the most anticipated game for me of 2024 launches, which is Undaunted Callisto. We'll see what happens there. But for right now,
and we're gonna play it as soon as it arrives.
this is where I would put this. Undaunted Stalingrad is great. I love it. It's one of my favorite games. Lewis played an entire campaign with me, and with two campaigns or one.
You played with Reynolds.
I played a campaign with Reynolds too. Yeah, okay. So he has a lot of experience with this game too. This is this again, another one. A little lighter, can apply to all spectrums. Maybe not the casual gamer because it does require a little bit of thinking. And the theme just isn't there. It's World War II. So all right.
I forget.
We're into the top 10.
We're into the top 10. Here we go.
Here we go.
Mena's top
10
is.
Okay.
I've never played this.
So I love cats. Me and him played it one day. I've only played it once, but it made the top 10 because it is so fun. Like you're trying to place out tiles to make like a thingy.
Patterns.
Yeah, patterns to make your blanket. It's really fun. And I love cats too, which is why I love the cover art. It's just amazing cover art.
Pretty good cover art for a cat lover. Definitely like this sold games. The cover art sold games, I think, for sure. Not to say I like this game. Calico is a good game. I like the pattern building. I think it's good.
Never played it, so I really can't say anything.
All right. So that's number 10 for Mena. 10 for Lewis is
Ezra and Nehemiah.
Ezra and Nehemiah, another 2024. 2024 is hammering away. All right, dude. Talk about it.
2024 might be like 2024 is good.
Go ahead.
But it's so it's the theme runs the game. You basically, what city is it?
Well, it's Ezra and Nehemiah, so it's set in that setting, in the biblical setting there. So
you're basically trying to rebuild the temple because
the
it
wall.
got the wall.
Yeah, the wall.
Around the
or
temple.
Temple too.
It's around the temple, so
Mhm.
because it got destroyed. And if you build like a piece of a temple, you get the rewards for that. What I really like about this game is you always have something to do.
Yeah.
You never pass. There is always something you have to do in this game.
Or can do.
In
Basically
this
what you
game.
want to say.
I've yet to play with more than 2 players. Me and
Okay.
him played it twice, I think.
The 2-player version, yeah.
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 And I really liked it.
Yeah, I've played this with all player counts and brought it to Cabin Con. Everyone loved it. This is a really, really good game. It might be my top game of 2024. This is a Euro style game where there's a bunch of different things happening. It's straight out of the book of Nehemiah from the Bible, where Nehemiah is trying to rebuild the walls and the temple and all this stuff. Great game. Yeah, there's always something to do. There's basically 3 different areas of the board in which you can interact. So
What is it?
check out our review, check out our live playthrough. Okay.
So the 2 games we've done a live playthrough of is Rise and Fall and Ezra and Nehemiah. And
Well,
those
we've
were
done a
both
ton of live unmatched, but yeah.
well, like 2024 games.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. All right, into my top 10, my number 10 game. This is one of the best 2-player experiences, in my opinion, ever created. And it's created by a company called GMT, which makes good stuff. And that is a 2005 game, Twilight Struggle. This is it's not really a coin game because it doesn't fall under that category, but this is kind of like a political influence game where one person is playing the United States, the other person is playing Russia. It's set in the Cold War, and you are basically vying for control or influence over all of these countries and nations while also trying to maintain peace and not go to nuclear war. This game's incredible. It's a card playing game where you're playing a card, carrying out an action. You can either play the card for its text and event and have that happen, or you can play the card for its power and carry out actions according to the number of power that you have. So, yeah, I don't know. GMT blows a lot of things out of the park. They blew this one out of the park for sure. This is a great game. I love it. Again, I play it online too a lot because I have the digital app. So Twilight Struggle. It's a game you need to get to the table if you haven't ever experienced it. 2-player experience. My children have never played this, so they're not going to have much to say. All right. Number 9 for the bean is
Mythic Mission.
Hey.
Yeah.
So
Another repeat.
appears on your list and your list. There we go.
It's amazing.
There's our second
I
repeat.
put my favorite characters to play.
Are those the witches? Which are those?
Those are the witches.
Those are the wizards. Wizards.
Oh, wizards.
Yeah.
I love the wizards. I think I've only played the wizards, but they do a lot of magic and stuff. And yeah, what he said, it's really fun.
Good game. Mythic Mischief.
Yeah, can get
All right.
competitive.
Number 9 for Lewis now, unless we have anything else. Do you have anything else?
I already have my thoughts on it.
Number 9 for
Wingspan.
Lewis is, hey, another
Wingspan.
match. Okay, Wingspan.
So again, you just play this game for fun. We basically explain what the game really is earlier. It did come out a while ago. We played a lot of Wingspan.
We have. Yeah, we've played it quite a bit as a family. So.
And yeah, I've never gotten tired of it.
All right. Well, my number 9 game has already been mentioned on this list too. And that is Pandemic. So by Z-Man Games. So this is number 9 for me. This is
one.
Yeah. Well, yeah, only I put the original Pandemic on here for a reason. This is classic multiplayer co-op game. I remember the day this game launched. We got it in the store and we sat down at about 6 p.m. and we're like, hey, let's play some Pandemic. We played with 4 people and we got our butts kicked. And then I'm like, let's reset the game and play again. And we got our butts kicked. Before we knew it, it was 3:30 in the morning. And I'm like, we're sitting here until we win. And so the first day this game came out and we just played it and played it and played it and played it. And you know what? I can still play this game at that level. Like, in 08, it still brings the same excitement to me. I've also played in the Pandemic World Championships at Gen Con a couple times. So, played a lot of Pandemic. No, it didn't win, but
you got close to winning.
All right. So that's my number 9 at Pandemic. Number 8, Mena.
Word Traveler.
There's a 2024 game.
Review on Word Traveler. So if you watched our video on Word Traveler, you know how it works. So you technically try to move around the board and you give clues about where you're moving to the other players. So the other players have to guess where you're moving and then if they guess, then you like move VP, and then you try to collect all the stuff. The theme of the tokens doesn't really match anything. I guess you're like trying to travel around the world and get tokens, but it doesn't really like the tokens are just kind of like a way to say your score. That's like all they are. So the theme is good, but the tokens aren't a theme.
It's a competitive game or cooperative game,
Cooperative.
not a competitive game. If I'm being honest, it's okay.
Well, you need to play it more, maybe.
Well, it's like it's not really like you just collect souvenirs. That's all you really try to do, and they're not much.
I think this game's a lot of fun. I think it's a nice little deduction game. Again, it's kind of like a deduction game. You're trying to figure out where the other person is, and based on their set of directions that they're allowed to give you or not give you. And so, yeah, this is a fun little game. I think it's a good pick. It's a casual game. It's for light gamers. So that's Word Traveler. All right, also a 2024 game. Okay, my number 8 game is a game. Oh, whoops, sorry. Lewis's number 8 is Heat. Hey,
Pedal to the metal.
all
And
right,
this
we just talked about it.
this is a really fun game.
Yeah, I actually almost prefer to do like the whole Grand Prix thing where you do like the 4 races or whatever and like your cars grow. Yeah.
We've played one race of that, and that was really fun. We had everything. We had the media, upgraded cars,
Basically everything that's out for the game.
basically everything that's
Thrown
out for the
into-
game. We played it twice with the family too.
Mhm.
It's a family game. It could be a competitive game.
Yeah, yeah. No, this is super
It's
popular.
really,
all types of
really
gamers.
fun. Came out in 2022, and we got it this year. So we got it a little late, but still
That's okay.
crazy.
He got
we've
it
played-
at
yeah.
got it on.
All right. My number 8 game is a game by Cranio, and that is Barrage. So Barrage, I believe, is in the top 20 on Board Game Geek. Maybe not. Maybe it's top 50.
I haven't even heard of this game.
This is the best worker placement game I've ever played. That's pretty much just simply how I'm going to put it. There's so much to do in this game. It's all about efficacy of movement and management of your workers. You have a lot of workers to place out every round. It's themed around building dams and hydropower and that sort of thing. It's it's just kind of a brilliant system is how I would want to say this. This is highly competitive, super duper duper heavy. This is not for casual gamers. They're going to get extremely overwhelmed by the amount of options, the board space, and everything else that's on the table here. This is for your core gaming group. And like I said, it's a worker placement game. Kind of the way for this game was paved by things like Lords of Waterdeep and that sort of thing. And this game is just strictly better than all of those games. We're waiting for the most recent expansion that is actually at Capstone right now, which is like 4 blocks from the house, but still hasn't delivered. And it's a game that just gets better with every play. You need probably a good group of people to play this with repeated number of times. So Barrage is awesome. Go out and check it out if you haven't seen it. All right, Mena, number 7.
Pictionary.
Pictionary. We're going to a classic.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Well, everybody knows what Pictionary is. I don't think you have to say much here.
Yeah, and I did need
It's a family game.
the old version. I put the new version. I've never played the old version, but
It's the same exact
That's
thing.
the same.
but like you move pencils, and we don't have the 4-player version. We have the like
2
or
teams.
we don't have the 4-team version. We have the 2-team version, which on this it's the 4-team version
Okay.
with pencils.
Drawing pictures.
But yeah, you
That
you,
is
your team
you know
gets.
what it
All
is.
you're doing.
Super casual fun party game. I like it. Good pick for your top 10 for the casual gamers. All right, Lewis, the medium gamers. Number 7 is.
River of G.
What in the world?
Hold on a second here.
Radley.
That's Radlands. What are you trying to pick here? Radlands? Is that what you're trying to put?
Yeah.
Okay, so number 7 is Radlands. Go ahead. Another Roxley game.
Yeah, I messed the slideshow.
That's
But
all
it's okay. So Radlands is a 2-player game. It's actually like kind of like Unmatched. Not much.
In a way.
But it's a 2-player game. The deluxe version's really cool. There's like many cards. There's a couple like I really like how you can stack cards like in 3 different rows. Yeah.
Go ahead.
But yeah, it's really fun. He's
Tiny.
played it too.
So, okay, so you get like 3 headquarters buildings. You're trying to fight over the headquarters and destroy your opponent's headquarters. You share a deck, I think, which is brilliant. It's one of the few games in which you share a deck of cards. So, you know, the cards you're playing are the same cards I'm going to play, or likewise. And yeah, it's like a pretty quick combat not deck building,
No.
tableau building game.
It's kind of
Where you're putting guys out. I would call it tableau
Yeah.
more, but yeah, super good game. This game's amazing, and the super deluxe version's worth it, 100%. That's the version we have. We gave away the other version,
The tiny version.
tiny version, and kept the deluxe version. So yeah, nice game, good pick. I like it at 7. All right, my number 7 game is a game that's been out a little while, just recently got an expansion that made it better. That is Gaia Project. This is a Terra Mystica style game. If you played Terra Mystica, you know what that's all about. Gaia Project is kind of like Terra Mystica, except space, and everybody knows that just slap a space theme on a game and it's automatically better. But hey, 2017 game by Capstone. Again, the Lost Fleet expansion just came out. We've played with the Lost Fleet expansion, somehow made this game, gave it even more of a boost for me. I love this game. This is another heavy one, heavy Euro style. It's not 4X. It's more, and it's not even Conquest either. It's more like area control sort of thing, where you also have a tech tree that you're managing and stuff like that. So, yeah, super good Euro style game
I am actually
for your heavy gamers.
really surprised that I thought this would be in his top 3 because he loves this game. I've played it once.
Got some surprising picks here.
Played it once with him. We played the solo versus the AI together, which we do that with a couple games. But I'm actually like really surprised that it was 7.
Yeah, I think we need to get you exposed to this game a little bit more. This is a game again that I play on Board Game Arena a whole lot too. So I have a lot of experience with this game, but it's great. It's wonderful. Go out and play it. All right, we're into
Stop.
6.
Crossbows and catapults.
Hey, that just came out.
Yeah, I've only played it twice, I think. Twice, 3 times. I don't know. Anyways, we made a video on it. It's really fun. I haven't played like the full entire game. Like I haven't played the part where we do the cards, but I just like shooting stuff at castles and how you get to
That's what this
make.
game's about.
How do you get to make your own castle, and then you have to like put guys out to like shoot from there and stuff. And I'm really good at shooting it,
You are pretty good at this.
and so I like it.
Good pick. I like this pick for the casual gamers. Crossbows and catapults is a lot of fun. That's what it is.
Mhm.
And we're actually going to use this as we're going to use this for one of our calculus / physics labs that we're doing in the school. So this is going to be nice. I like it. Good pick.
Okay, mine's probably messed up
All
here.
right, 6 Lewis is
River of Gold.
River of Gold Office Dog 2024. Go ahead.
So he loves this game. He's really good
This
at
game
it.
is amazing.
But I don't really know what type of game it is. You buy things, you deliver
It's gotta be
things.
Euro style.
You buy things, you deliver things, and you sail. There is 3 actions.
Yep. You buy buildings, you can sail down the river, or you can deliver it to people.
So the hardest part of the game is the delivering. Like that's the hardest thing to do. There is strategy that goes into the game.
Well,
'Cause-
there's a lot of strategy.
Yeah, there's
This is a
tons
layered game.
of strategy that goes into the game. I don't think she would like it. She
I don't know.
might like
Maybe.
it. But it's really fun. Once you get like later into the game, it gets competitive, a little bit competitive. But so you get later into the game, you sail down a river. That's basically what you do. And you collect tons of rewards at the end of the game. You get gold that you spend to build buildings. That's basically what.
Yeah, so there's 6 different areas of the river, and you're trying to influence those areas, and the person with the most influence in those areas scores the highest number of victory points. And the way you earn influence is by either building buildings or sailing down the river and landing on a building that improves your influence. So This is a really nice Euro style game. The thing I like about it is it's kind of like you kind of are building an engine, but like it's a fast engine builder. You know, it's a quick engine builder. So you have to be fast about what you do. This is a good pick. It's a 2024 game. It's going to be in my top 10 for 2024 for sure. So
It might even be number 1.
all right, number 6 for me. This is going to be controversial because this game is not widely played. And it's a shame that this game is not widely played. And that is Capital Lux 2 Generations
Yes.
by Aporta Games. So I want to stop for a second here because I have to talk about this game.
Yeah.
This again is a hand tableau management style game where it's very similar to the game of 21, where you were trying to have as close to a number as possible without going over. And if you bust, you lose your cards. This game works at every level of every player count and every level of gaming player, from casual to core gaming.
You've even played that.
Right. Capital Lux is a game I've played a whole lot. The original Capital Lux came out very under the radar, super hard to find a copy. I landed a copy of it, played with my friends. We were like, man, this game is amazing. And then Aporta launched Capital Lux 2 on Kickstarter. Again, it was another auto buy for me. This is, I'm going to say this is a hot take. This is, for me, the most brilliant game design I've ever seen. What Aporta has done here,
Wow.
what these two game designers have done here is they've designed a system that is so robust, so rich with so many moving parts and modules, and somehow maintains balance nearly perfectly. This is as close to a zero-sum game as you're going to get from a math standpoint. I've sent a personal email to the two designers of this game, congratulating them on their accomplishment. Because from a game theoretic standpoint, this game's nearly perfect. I'm not saying it's the best game I've ever played, but I'm saying it's one of my favorite games, and we have to respect the design space here. So if you have not tried Capital Lux 2, go out and try this game. It will not disappoint you. It lacks in theme. It does.
Yeah.
And the components are pretty simple.
What
Porta doesn't,
even is
put a whole lot into components sometimes. But
Aporta
again,
is-
it's more about the design and how good their designs are.
I've played a couple of Porta games. They're more like the medium style type games. They're not really the hardcore games. They're not really the casual. They're like right in the middle. Maybe a little more toward. Yeah,
There we go.
there's the game.
It occupies a special place on the shelf because it's just so good.
It's
And
literally
Isla
in the
Svensson
front
and
of the
Christian
shelf.
Ostby they freaking did a fantastic job. So
I haven't played it much with more than 2 players. I played a lot with my cousin. She really likes the game. So
all right, so Capital Lux 2. Play it. Mena, number 5.
Unmatched.
Unmatched. Perfect.
We've already talked about it.
We've already talked a lot about it.
It's good.
It's great. Wonderful. Okay.
And I like Alice and Bigfoot
Alice and Bigfoot, Mina's favorites,
and Medusa.
and Medusa.
okay.
All right, Lewis, number 5.
Pandemic.
Pandemic
Legacy.
Legacy. I like this. This is good.
So Pandemic Legacy is better than regular Pandemic because Pandemic Legacy adds so much to the game, and it's so much harder to win than regular.
Yeah,
Pandemic.
it does dial up the difficulty really quickly.
because
It's a legacy style game, so you're changing the game as you go.
because the first maybe 2 or 3 games start out really casual, and then all of a sudden this one disease hits where people are turning into zombies, and
Sure.
it's really hard.
Yeah, this is great. Pandemic Legacy is an awesome game. I think if I weren't going to put Pandemic on my list, I would put this version of it. If I weren't putting Pandemic in general, is what I'm saying.
Okay.
It's on the hill right there.
We only have season 1. There is 2 other seasons.
All right, into
Mhm.
my top 5. Number 5 is a game that's been mentioned already on this list one time. And that is Spirit Island 2017 game by Greater Than.
Same picture.
It is the same picture,
Yeah,
actually.
It's like,
oddly
oh,
enough.
like sun.
In my opinion, this is the best co-op experience out there right now. And the thing that I really enjoy about Spirit Island, because of its complexity, it is immune to armchair quarterbacking, meaning no one can really take over your turn. Where in Pandemic,
Mhm.
you kind of have that. It's like if someone's stuck and they're like, oh man, you'll have somebody say, well, just do this, and this, and these are your 4 moves or whatever it is,
Yeah.
and that's what you should do. In this game, You can't really do that because you are managing a very complicated spirit with different powers, and not everybody at the table understands where you're trying to go with your power synergies and that sort of thing. We're all working toward the same objective, but we're doing it very different ways. So,
And you can't really tell the other person because it's like you don't really know what you're gonna do with your next turn.
that's what I'm saying. So you have to adjust to basically what's happening and the events that happen and all that.
And the turns take
take a while.
lengthen.
Yeah.
But
With 4 players, this game takes a long time, but it's a fantastic experience. And now here's what I would say too. The expansions add a lot to this game. Play with them, especially the newest one, in Nature Incarnate, but is incredible. It's just incredible. So it's a wonderful game. That's why it's in my top 5. Number 4, Mena.
Just
Ooh,
one.
hot take. All right. I like this pick. This is a great pick.
oh, it's her
So,
type of game.
A lot of you probably
That's my type of game too.
don't know about Just One, but
Oh no, just one's popular.
really?
Oh yeah. And it's on Board Game Arena.
So you
Yeah.
one person draws a card, and then it's like
It is.
then you have to.
You're trying to get the person to guess the card
you're trying to
using
get
one
the
word.
person to guess the card.
Yep.
And anyone who has the same words cancel each other out. It's a
So,
party game. That's what it is. We play it at Cabin Con every year.
well, one person.
We play with
Kind of like an end of the night type thing when everybody's had
Thanksgiving
enough fun.
we played it. So yeah,
just one's great. And we play with the family, play with any group.
and it's really easy.
It is easy. Good job. I like that as 4.
my number 4.
Lewis, number 4.
Twilight
Ooh,
Imperium.
there it
Fourth
is.
edition.
TI 4th edition. All right.
From Fantasy Flight Games.
Well, you need to play this more. Especially if you're
Yes.
going to keep it in your top 5.
I know.
Okay. All right.
First time I played it. Well, the only time I've played it. How many people do we have? 5 or 6?
6. We have a full
6.
table.
And it was really fun. It did take all day though. From what did we start at noon, and it took.
No, I think we started at 2, and yeah, we're done around 10, so about 8 hours.
No, we were done around 11. But
Well, okay. Well, we also had to teach the game, so there's that.
yeah.
That wasn't just playtime. That was teach time.
Like-
Yeah.
Well, he taught me before they came over.
Yeah,
so
but
it wasn't really like.
we also had to teach another player that showed up, so or reteach, I should say.
Well, it's just really fun. It's like my type of game. It's like a civilization builder kind of thing.
It's a conquest game. I mean, it's a 4X game, I guess.
conquest, with war, with
Epic
it's
style game.
my type of game.
Yeah,
That's what it
we
is.
call it epic game. All right, number 4 for me. This might not again fall in a lot of people's top 5 games, but it falls in mine certainly, and that is Carnegie by Pegasus Spiel.
That is a hot
2022 game.
That-
It's a hot take, but this game doesn't get enough props for, again, its design. Its design is brilliant and it works on the table and it's greatly balanced. Euro style game with uniqueness all over the place. You have these company boards where you're trying to manage different offices that you have within your building, your workers, and where you're sending them in the building. That would be this part. And then down here you have like the map where you're also trying to manage the workers that you sent out on missions, and you're earning resources and trying to build in different cities, housing, industry, all this stuff. You get a community action board over here, so each turn someone's going to decide what action is going to be played. Any buildings that you have that match that action are going to trigger as long as you have workers to do so. And then you're going to keep moving on. So this game just has a whole lot going on, and it doesn't really ever seem like there's a whole lot going on. So that to me means that the game is pretty brilliant. I love this game, Carnegie. It's again on Board Game Arena, so easy way to play it with other people when you can't get it to the table. But yeah, that's my number 4 game.
strategy game.
So strategy Euro game.
Number 3.
We're in the top 3.
Wandering
I was wondering if this was going to show up.
all the way up there, but it's really fun. So you try to like move,
You wander towers.
like trap wizards inside
a great-
towers and stuff, and it doesn't take that long either. Like it takes like
No,
30
it's quick. It's
minutes,
quick.
20 minutes. It's really fun, and you try to like trap like players inside of towers, and whoever like makes it to the crow's tower wins. Like whoever makes the most people in the thing. Anyway, so it's
You
really
can-
fun.
You
They
can
like it
cover
too.
people with towers.
I love this pick.
Yeah.
I do. I really do. I love this pick. This is a great game. And it's great fun.
The only thing that doesn't
And we played it at Cabin Con this year. So it's not just for casual people.
the only thing that we didn't really like the only thing that doesn't really like stand out about it is the theme. You don't really like feel much of the theme. It's like a wizard.
Really? The towers are flying around the map.
No, but like the wizard stuff, like
Oh,
it
okay.
doesn't like that's just my opinion.
like
I
it.
guess.
I gotcha.
I like the theme.
And we have a good version of the game too with a play mat and stuff. So it adds to, you know, the graphic style and all that. It's a good pick. I like it, Bean. Good job. Lewis, number 3. Artisans of Splendid Vale. Wow. Talk about hot take. Okay.
Yeah.
What did Renegade do?
My top 3 are all hot takes.
All right, that's good.
It's just really fun.
This is a campaign game.
It's
A cooperative campaign game.
campaign game.
Yep.
Cooperative. You play it for fun. It takes so long though.
So many hours put in.
Like Board Game Geek, it says it takes
We still haven't
1,200 hours to
finished.
finish the whole campaign.
We still haven't finished.
We have not finished the campaign, but we are very close. And the only reason I know that is because we're running out of space to write. We're running out of places to write on our map. So we must be near the
We
end.
must be near the
But
end,
we have
so-
played this game a lot.
Yeah.
Probably well over 40 hours. So good pick. Good pick. I knew this wasn't going to show up on Lewis's list. He likes this game a lot. All right. My number 3 game is going to be in most people's top 5, I would imagine. That's Brass Birmingham by
Yeah.
Roxley, 2018. So this is the number 1 game of all time right now on Board Game Geek. I don't think it's the number 1 game in my opinion, because there are some things going on with the game that kind of make it, you know, not the greatest, but it's very good. I've played this game a ton with a consistent play group too, so that kind of adds to it. We've made some adjustments at times to the system just to try and get other things to work, other pathways to victory to work, other than just, you know, popping crates or going pottery, you know, trying to get cotton mills to work and stuff like that. Played at all player counts. I think 3 and 4 are the hot spot for me. Yeah, Brass Birmingham. You if you're watching this video again, you know this game, so I don't need to say a whole lot about it. I still have to teach it to this guy over here, which I will do soon, and we'll get a playthrough. So, all right, Mena, your number
Another Roxley game.
Ooh,
Great, bro.
is Cool Story Bro. Wow. Wow.
So it was originally Lewis's game, but
That's a hot take. Right
I
there.
did not expect this.
That's a hot take.
Yeah, go ahead.
so anyways, Lewis got it for Christmas from our cousin, and the first time he played it with us, I loved it. So you technically move magnets around to try to make a story to the theme of the card. I want to play this right now. It's so fun. And then you have one person judge like which story is the best or the funniest or which fits the theme the most. I've won this like a zillion times because I'm like so.
Cool
Well,
Story Bro. Yeah, it's a good game. It's fun.
they have like cards of like what was your most embarrassing part of middle school, and you try to put it down as like things that
With the tiles that you have.
yeah.
I like wrote right.
All right, good game. I like it. Number 2 for Lewis. I'm not surprised by this. I'm not at all. Go ahead.
This is an amazing game. I love this game so much. I play it. I've played well over
This is the game
Five.
you have played the most,
100. Yeah, for sure.
more than any other game.
One singular game takes like 7 minutes to play.
I mean, you've probably played this hundreds of times.
Way more than 100. Way more than 500 actually.
Okay, yeah. So
I filmed
Love the
some
game.
of your things.
Baseball Highlights 2045. Okay, so I want to say a little bit. Obviously, he likes it. The first time I played this game, I'm like, oh, this is gonna. I don't know. I'm a big baseball fan, huge baseball fan, and you know, for a baseball game to hit well with me, it was gonna have to be really good. And I was like, this is gonna stink. I would rather play Stratomatic, like, you know, whatever.
I introduced it
then
to him.
I started playing the game and I thought, wow, this is a lot of fun. Like, they did a good job with this game. I'm surprised it's this good. So, also, they just did a recent Kickstarter on this game too. That's going to deliver very soon.
It's called what is it called?
I can't remember what that's called, but
The
um,
All-Star something, I think. It's
so here's
All-Star.
another thing too. I'm going to give Lewis a little bit of props. So they've played the game traditionally, and now he's played the game so much that he's invented a new way to play the game.
Mm-hmm.
They have a running season with different teams, and they'll play out a whole season, then they'll play out a postseason with a World Series and everything. You know what? You should do your own separate video on that and explain how that works at some point, because I think people would really enjoy that variation of the game. So here he is, 13-year-old kid has created his own variation of this game by playing the game so much. And it works. The variation works. That's the
We are literally, me and my grandpa played a lot. We are literally on season 10, and it has worked we're on season 11, and it has worked every
for 10 straight
season.
seasons. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
It
think
has worked
Created a
for 10 straight
variation of this
seasons.
game.
I've made logos for
Amazing.
them and
So-
filmed.
We have
for them.
logos, we
Love
have
it.
videos, we have everything.
They do. All right. So there's your number 2 game. My number 2 game of all time was my number 1 game of all time for a long time,
And two.
and that's Terraforming Mars. So
What?
Yep.
It's not your number
But
one.
nope, by 2016 game by Fricks Games. This is the Euro style game that kind of got it all started for me, where I was like, yep, we're just going to keep playing this game over and over again. And I love it. I play with all the expansions too, by the way. I know some people aren't a fan of all the expansions. I am. The more that we have in this game, the better for me. This is a game that's been played a lot. This is the cash cow for Fricks Games. I got it, but it's awesome. It's just an awesome game. It's an awesome experience. It plays at every player count. I've played it most with 2 and 3 players. You know, I wouldn't. I think we played a 5-player game at Cavepeople a couple of years ago, and that just didn't go that well. But anyway, I would play this game at any time. If you were to say, "Hey, let's play Terraforming Mars," yes, let's play Terraforming Mars. I'm all in. I like it that much. I think it's that fun. I think it's that good. And yeah, not too many balance issues here either. So for a game that's been around that long, it's still ticking. All right, this is what we came for.
All right,
Our
my
favorite games of all
number one.
time.
It's a game probably
Mina,
barely.
your number 1
any
game
people
of all
have heard
time
of.
is
Wavelength.
Wavelength. Oh, wow. Better than just one even. Okay.
So I've been looking.
People know
through,
this game. Go ahead.
A lot of people know this game. A lot of people love this game too.
All right, go ahead, Bean.
Well, so you draw a card, and it's either like, like disappointed. That's your word, or something
Mhm.
like that. And then you try to tell them like you try to move the pie chart.
You
to,
explain
explain
something.
What it is.
You say a word. So your word was
Give
disappointing.
them a clue as to where the word lies on this pie chart. Could be like disappointing or not disappointing. And somewhere in there, there's a needle pointing. And you have to give them a clue as to where that needle is going to point according to your opinion.
Like you could say so you draw the card disappointing, and then if it's like, and then you spin the pie chart around, and then
You
you
could say Daddy's top 20 list.
Daddy stop.
No, that was
Okay.
in
And then you open it up, and then you it
if
looks
they're on the little.
if it's on the side that says like not disappointing, or if it's on the side that says not disappointing, then you'd like say a word like Daddy's top 20 list, and then they would try to move.
If it's in the little.
Try to see where the needle is. This is a hard game to explain.
It's a hard game to play sometimes.
It's a deduction game, but
Really
it's a
fun.
party game too. So good pick. I like it. If you're into like yelling and screaming at each other, play this with your family and you're gonna have some fights for sure. This is kind of like one where you're gonna ruin friendships sometimes, but hey, it's all in good fun. Good pick, Bean. All right, nice list. Your list was very well done. Good job. All right, Lewis, number 1 of all time. Wow. Okay. Well, I knew it was going to have to appear on your list at some point.
Yeah. So you kind of knew it was
Okay.
my number 1.
So unmatched system.
So they've come out with so much stuff for this game. It's just unbeatable in my opinion. There's too much stuff, almost.
No,
Well, like
it's not
It's
too
just-
much.
it's amazing.
Just the right amount.
It's amazing.
Yeah, I mean, we've said a lot about Unmatched, and if you watch our channel, you know how we feel about this game. So good job. That's all right. I think your list was good. My number 1 game of all time. This
I'm
is not
excited.
going to be.
I'm excited to see this.
This is not going to be a game that a lot of people put as their number one game of all time, and I'm okay with that. But it is Revive from the Porta game. Yep, this is a 2022 game. Super duper. I can't get enough of this game. I've played it solos. I don't even know how many times. I've played it with 2. I've played it with 3. I've played it with 4. Anytime anyone wants to play Revive, I'll play Revive. I'll teach Revive. I can teach this game very well too. Just got a new expansion not too long ago, and it improves the game, makes it even better. This is a super heavy Euro game. There's a whole lot going on, but again, Aporta has done a great job. It turns out Aporta knows how to design good games. This publisher needs a lot more credit than they get sometimes. Slick design, unique concepts, great balance in the game, a lot of fun. There's just so much going on here. You know, you have hand management, action management, you have worker placement, kind of. You've got a whole machine that works for you too, and you got to figure out when you're going to activate those. You can explore, you can upgrade your cities or whatever, build cities. There's a lot going on here. And this is a game that I regret not ever doing a review of. Probably should have done a review of this game. But you now know that it's my number one game of all time as of right now. So,
Now, we should probably talk about the games that almost made our list.
almost made. Go ahead, sure. You want to name a few?
So I had like 5 games in the running for number 20, including Senjutsu.
Senjutsu, okay, Battle of Japan.
So the only reason why I did not put this in my top 20 was because I have not played it much.
That's fair.
I feel like I have to play it more to get to know the characters more. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Angel Fury.
Angel Fury almost made my list too. Another game by Fricks.
It's up there though.
It's real good, and I'm gonna say,
Yeah.
If we got this game to the table more, it probably would be in my top 20.
Yeah.
Very good combat game. I mean, it's like a miniatures dudes on map game, but the system behind it is really streamlined and not complicated. So
Yeah.
very good.
Crossbows and catapults.
I purposely left 2024 games off my list. Just because I haven't had enough time yet with them.
Well, I've had a lot of time with Fall, I feel like.
Well, you have. That's true.
We've had quite a bit of time with Ezra Nehemiah.
Yeah, that's
River
true.
of Gold, I have played on BGA.
Ezra Nehemiah is a game that's probably going to sneak in my top 20 of all time at some point. It's
At
just
some
that
point.
good. It's just that good.
And River of Gold's probably gonna stay in there for a while for me.
Yeah, River of Gold's
A guest of Robin Hood. We just haven't played it. That's the only reason why I was in it. I feel like it's gonna be a great game.
GMT knows how to make good games.
I feel like it's gonna be a great game.
We'll see. I don't know that I'm going to be as convinced as you.
I really liked it. maybe you have to play Robin Hood. Maybe
I do.
we'll see
Okay.
how that.
We'll see.
Revive.
Mm.
That didn't make it, and that was his number 1.
Lost Ruins of Arnak nearly made my top 20. It probably should have made my top 20, but at some point maybe it will. We got to play it more. You know, recently.
Yeah,
this is like top 20 as of right now. All right.
And there was a game that arrived yesterday.
Moon Rollers. So we got Moon Rollers yesterday. It's the Moonrakers spin-off kind of. We played it once with Bloobers and Reynolds too. It's pretty good. It's going to be a different kind of way to play Moonrakers, I guess. But
I actually kind of like it more.
All right, we'll probably do a review of that game coming up soon. So future content.
Do you have any other?
Well, I named them, really.
I was surprised you didn't put Santa Maria up there.
Santa Maria, The Magnificent, those games are
Yeah,
good too. I like those games a lot.
Tapestry.
Tapestry. Ooh, Tapestry I had in my top 20 and then I bumped it off.
Wow.
Yeah, I had it up there. All right, anyway, that's our top 20. We hope you enjoyed it a little bit. You know, let us know how you felt. Please comment on it. We're going to post this video and we're hoping that it kind of takes off. Again, this is our take. It's our opinion. You can agree, disagree, anything that you want. That's okay. But you got it from each perspective. So casual, medium to heavy gamer. And hopefully you can pull something away that's of use here, at least. That's kind of our goal.
Yep.
Not so much that we were going to say that our opinions are correct, just that we want to give you an option of useful games to play.
Yep.
All right. Future content coming up. Unmatched all that. Watch for it. Some reviews. We'll see you next time in the cave.